Hey everybody, this is David here, or Act Like a Grandmaster, aka Chessman, and today is October 13th, 2025, and round two of the U.S. Chess Championships has just finished, and so we're going to take a look at the games. These were classical games, and the first game we're looking at was played the white pieces was Grigory Oparin, and Hans Niemann had the black pieces. So here we go. Started with d4, knight f6, the Indian game. c4, knight e6. And we got a Nimzo Indian. Gotta like these three pawns, huh? And we got a first inaccuracy. Let's see what the better move was. Looks like d4 would have been a better move and would have given black the advantage. But instead we get rook to e8, castle queenside. Okay, e4 was another inaccuracy, and white has the advantage now. Let's see what would have been the correct move. Come on. d4 again. So in this position, d4 is very important. But instead we get e4. Now it looks like d4 is not going to happen. We get a brilliant move playing h3. Takes, c4. And it was a missed opportunity. Let's see what that opportunity was. What could white have played? Looks like, well, of course, it looks like it was better to take the knight right off. But white decided to throw an in-between move in first and attack the queen. And didn't see that black could counterattack the knight to counterattack the white's queen. So both queens get traded off. and they make a draw. So the accuracies were pretty high, 95.9 to 95.8. So that was a pretty epic draw. And let's go to the next game. This game we get Sam Shanklin with the white pieces versus Darius Swerts with the black pieces. And the accuracies were pretty high. Well, at least Sam's was at 97.3 versus 93.8%. And let's see what happened. Looks like we got e4, e5. Got an Italian game. We got the Geico piano. I always have a hard time pronouncing it. Got our first inaccuracy. And let's see. Maybe rook to d1 would have been better. What else? Looks like b takes c6 was the move. Interesting. That would have given white a slight edge. Instead we get rook to b1. The game's still pretty even. We get a takes and a takes. Got another inaccuracy. Let's see what could have black done instead. What would have been the move? Come on. Bishop a7. Or h6. Or bishop to g4. All three of those moves would have been pretty good. But instead we get bishop to c5. And bishop takes, queen takes. Got a bunch of trades. And looks like it's going to be a draw. However, black is down on time. Or is low on time. With only a minute 56 left. But they get an extra 30 minutes on move 40. And there they got it. And white won. Sam Shanklin won. Let's see what happened. So it looks like there's just no way to defend this pawn. And then white will have two passed pawns and will make a queen. Alright, that was crazy. That was almost a draw. But in the end, Sam Shanklin pulled out the win. And let's take a look at game 3. This game we get Levon Aronian with the white pieces versus Awander Liang with the black pieces. And the accuracies are pretty darn high this game, 98.5% to 98.6%. And it looks like a very long game. But let's take a look to see what happened. Got a Queen's Gambit declined. So far just normal stuff. So it looks like white is down a pawn, but the game's still equal. Got a missed opportunity. Let's see what white could have done. What Levon could have done. This was probably the only inaccuracy in the whole game. It says knight takes f7. So it doesn't mind getting the rook and pawn for the knight and bishop. Okay. But Levon doesn't go for that. Wow, looks like they're going to shuffle around for a while. Whew. There we go. We got a draw. 104 moves. Wow. That's crazy. All right. Nice draw. It just took forever. But there we have it. Vaughn is 1.5 out of 2. Let's take a look at the next game. This one we got Abhimanyu Mishra with the white pieces versus Sam Sevian with the black pieces. And their accuracy was both 94.8%. Let's see what happened. Got D4. Turns into a Queen's Gambit declined. Catalan. A lot of trades. First missed opportunity. What should black have done? I wonder if he should just taken this pawn. Yep, rook takes a2. That's what he should have done. Missed opportunity by white. I'm wondering if he should have just taken this pawn. It says rook takes e7, but the rook's already on e7, so it can't be the move. Rook takes b7, yeah. That's what I thought. But he doesn't. couple of inaccuracies there. Let's see what black should have done. Looks like c5. But h6 was the second move. So, wasn't a big mistake. And white makes a mistake, an inaccuracy. Let's see. This is rook to d7. Or rook to c7. Or h4. Those are the three best moves. That was a missed opportunity. Let's see what black could have done. Says queen e4 check was the best move, and that would have equalized the position. Getting queens off. But that didn't happen. And black's going for stalemate. You can't take the queen, otherwise it's a draw. The computer almost didn't find it. This king can't go anywhere. That's it, draw. Draw by stalemate. Alright. Good game by Abim. Let's take a look at the next game. Looks like we got Ray Robson with the white pieces versus Wesley So with the black pieces. Accuracy is a bit lower than the other games, only 87.8 and to 95.1. And much shorter game. Let's see what happened. Let's see if it's a Queen's Gambit declined again. first inaccuracy. Let's see what white should have done. Says, wow. Says G3 was a much better move. Another inaccuracy. Come on. Alright, it says knight c3 was a better move. But black clearly has the advantage. That was a missed opportunity by black. Let's see what he could have done. Says bishop takes c5. Would have been over a pawn, over one and a quarter point an advantage. But we didn't get that. Let's see what move would have been better. Bishop e1 or rook f3. And it says king f1. So there was a few decent moves, but white didn't play any of them. That's okay. Still pretty much draw. Let's see, we had an inaccuracy and a missed opportunity. Let's see what the inaccuracy, what the move should have been. So rook d7 is what should have been played. And let's see what the missed opportunity was. White played rook d8 check, but it says king f1 would have been better. Interesting. And black has a rook for a bishop. And looks like he's going to win this game. And that's that. White resigned. Well, it was a draw for most of the game, and then Wesley went up a rook for a bishop. Yep. Alright. Let's take a look at the last game. The best for last, Fabiano Caruana. Fabiano had the white pieces, and Andy Woodward had the black pieces. Accuracies were pretty good, 95.2% to 94.9%. And let's see what happened. Looks like we got an English opening. We got a big blunder. Let's see what the best move was. Queen takes A8. And then knight C2 check. No, now it changes its mind. Now it says queen takes A8. Queen takes A8. No, changes its mind again. Queen takes A8. Knight C2. King E2. Queen takes A8. Bishop takes A8. Black's up a slight edge. Alright. Instead, he took the knight with the pawn. And looks like it's going to be a draw. And it's a draw by stalemate. Bishop covers the square. King covers these two squares. Alright. So let's check the standings. So it looks like Fabiano, Wesley So, Levon Aronian, and Sam Shanklin are tied for first place. Then Sam Sevian, Wonder Liang, Hans Niemann, Abhimanyu Mishra are tied for fifth. And then we got the rest. All right. That was pretty good. Well, we'll be back to round 3 is tomorrow. And so I'll be covering round 3 tomorrow night and right after the games finish. And I wonder who's gonna get clear first. It seems like it's been Fabiano Caruana and Levon Aronian's year this year, so it's probably gonna be one of them. Actually, maybe it's Wesley So's turn. I don't know. But stay tuned and we'll find out, and we'll keep looking at their games and hopefully learn something. And I'm gonna cover the women's championship as well. And I hope you watch the rest of my videos. And if you haven't already, like and subscribe. I'm trying to get 1,000 subscribes by Christmas. And hope you have a great day. Good night.